Hello everyone, it's Paul again. Let's talk orchids, shall we? Who doesn't love orchids? Well, I'm sure there are people that don't, but they don't matter. The first plants I'm going to show you are rescues. These were in bad shape, these two Phalaenopsis orchids. Root rot, basically, you know, the number one problem with orchids, I'd say, that I've come across at least. Let's start with this one here. Look at the poor, sad condition that these roots are in. Just very upsetting. This was in a sphagnum plug, little pot, you know what how they come in, jam-packed with sphagnum that had been wet for way too long. Almost all of the roots rotted off, and I freaked, and I said, I gotta save you. So brought her home, cleaned her up as best I could. I didn't want to take off too much of her stem, got all the bad roots off. Some of these have little black tips, but I said, you know what, that's okay for now. As long as I can get her hydrated, we'll be in good shape. And as you can see, the leaves are nice and firm, and they're supple, hydrated. Just need some new roots now. So I've had these in full water culture for maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and so far so good. Doing good. So this is Phal number 1, full water culture. The next one I have here was doing well for a while, also came to me in sphagnum moss, and all of a sudden started to decline, and I didn't know why. And took it apart. I wanted to examine the roots, removed all the moss, and the central area, the central roots that were in here were all rotted and disgusting. So I did a snippy snip, got rid of them, stuck it in a full water culture vessel, and as you can see, we got new delicious roots. Look at these roots, they're delicious. Look at that, look at that. So this is what I'm going to keep it in for a while, if not forever. Keep an eye on it. The leaves are much better. You could still see that there's a little bit of dehydration here, but they're much better than they were. They're still a little bit bent here. They're not as firm as I want them to be, not like orchid number 1, but the new leaf at least is nice and supple. And as you can see, some of the higher roots that aren't sitting in the water are still a little bit dehydrated. So I'm probably going to increase the water level maybe just a little bit. I just want to make sure that these roots do get hydrated because they're not sitting in the water. I may also use the spray method and mist the top roots while keeping the bottom roots submerged. But yeah, this is Phal number 2 in full water culture in the ER, the plant ER. The last plant I'm going to share with you is an Oncidium. It's this one here. Now this one came to me in a very sorry state, and as you can see here, some of the leaves, it came in like 3 different pieces that broke apart when I got it. It was just not handled very well, kind of rough, made me kind of sad. So I said, all right, what am I going to do? They came bare root, but it looks like this plant had been growing in some sort of a sphagnum mix, maybe with bark. I couldn't really tell because most of it was removed. There was just remnants of something that looked like a sphagnum bark mix. And obviously it wasn't happy in that. I don't know how it was being taken care of, but the pseudobulb was kind of wrinkly and dehydrated. The leaves were all yellow, and a lot of them were tattered like that one. So I said, all right, I'm going to put this in a semi-hydro / full water culture, but using the lava rock. So I did the lava rock method, kept the reservoir full of water and the pot sitting in it. And as you know, if you're familiar with lava rock, it wicks the water up. And after a few weeks, look what I got. I got a baby. So there's a new pseudobulb sprouting from the mommy. That's a good sign. So this plant has a little smile on its face. There's hope for it yet. And I'm going to keep it in this setup and tend to it. And I'll give you an update in a few weeks just to see how mama and baby are doing. But I definitely recommend lava rock for troubled orchids, especially if you don't have luck in the water culture method. Some of them do well, some of them don't. This one, I have 2 other pieces of this same orchid, and one of them is in full water culture, not doing as well as this. I definitely recommend lava rock and full water culture / semi-water culture for your orchids. So stay tuned for an update on these babies. I will keep you posted. And if you found this helpful, subscribe, give a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video.